Hello friend, this is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com, and for this Reseller Friday I want to first address that I'm going to be moving Reseller Friday to a new channel, and it will be there. All the old videos will be there as well. They'll be where they are right now as well, but I will eventually combine them all together and put them on that channel. And the reason for this is because I want to add more content to the Talk to Profit website. And I want to niche down on reselling, but I understand that people coming for the Taught to Profit content are not necessarily coming for reselling content. And so I want to separate the content. That way people can go watch Reseller Friday content from the Reseller Mindset, or they can watch Taught to Profit content, or both of them. They're both going to be me, but I'll have other people on there maybe sometimes. And I just want to be the best content for you. And I don't want people to be skipping over videos because it's not necessarily what they want. I want the content to apply to the viewers who are watching it. And so that's where Reseller Friday content will start going after this week. And I should clarify that me moving the Reseller Friday content on Friday to another channel does not mean I'm going to stop making content Fridays on my Talk to Profit channel. I'm going to still keep the same Monday, Wednesday, and Friday schedule I've had, except there will no longer be Reseller Friday content on Friday on the Talk to Profit channel. The Reseller Friday content will be over on the Reseller Mindset channel, which I will put a link in the description to. I'm still me. I'm still doing it every single week, like clockwork, no breaks, no time off, no holidays, none of that nonsense. I'm consistent in releasing reseller content every single Friday, like I've been doing for over a year now since I started it. Now, this is important. That translates over into reselling. You need to be consistent in your business. Now, it's not just reselling. Any business you need to be consistent in. And reselling is one of the worst for having people not be consistent, because they don't have a boss looking over their shoulders. They don't have anyone to tell them, you got to get to work. You got to get some activity and some productivity going. They can even delude themselves sometimes because, well, I didn't list anything for 3 days and I still got sales, which is great. I'm glad you got sales. But the problem is, and where this becomes a real issue in your business, is you're selling some of your better products during those times when you're not listing any new items. Eventually you run out of good items if you're not consistent in listing. And you'll get to a place where you stagnate, and I see people all the time dropping out of reselling because it was quote unquote too hard. But then you dig down even a little bit and you find out they weren't consistent. They didn't list every day. They didn't source regularly. When they did source, they were so sporadic about it, and they would get a bunch of items, which is great, but then they would set it in a pile and not list it and go out and source more. Reselling is one of the greatest and easiest businesses there is, but you have to be consistent. You have to treat it like a real business. And this is where many people's fatal flaw is. That's why so many resellers drop out each and every year. They don't treat it like a business. They would never treat a job they went and worked at for an employer the way they treat their reselling business. Because they know that inconsistency, that I'll do it today, maybe I won't do it today, maybe I'll do it tomorrow, maybe next week, wouldn't fly in a real business. And unfortunately, they're not treating their reselling business like a real business. And that is fundamentally important, that you must treat your business like a real business. Even though it's a reselling business, doesn't mean you get to treat it like some hobby, like you're just getting paid to shop for a living or any kind of cutesy saying like that. That's fine if you enjoy shopping and you're thrifting and sourcing. You enjoy that? Great, most people do. But you have to be consistent in all the rest of the parts of your business. You have to ship stuff out quickly. There's no excuse if you're running this as a full-time business for you not to be shipping every single day. I literally ship 6 days a week, and whenever the post office allows me to ship on Sunday, I'll ship 7 days a week. I want my customers to get their items immediately. I'll be sometimes in town and I'll hear a ka-ching, and I'll go back to the office and pack up an item just so I can get out that day, because there's only about 20 minutes left before the post office closes. And I know when I get that packed up and taken to the post office, it will be on the truck going to the customer that same day. Within 30 minutes, their item is getting onto a truck and getting in transit to them. And I want that. I want the customer to have a great experience. I want them to be pleased with their item, be blessed by it, and I want it to arrive quickly. I'm not going to delay and, well, you know, it's the weekend, I don't have to ship. And listen, I know I'm speaking very forthrightly here. You can do whatever you want in your business, obviously. I just want you to think about it a little differently. You don't have to do anything I'm saying. You can do whatever you want. Most people will. But I want to encourage you to be the biggest success you could possibly be. I want to encourage you to actually care about your customers getting the best experience possible. Is you taking 3 or 4 days to ship the best experience possible? You know it's not. And I don't care about the excuses. Well, I have kids, or I have this and that. There's all kinds of excuses. And everyone I've heard excuses like that from, I find a lot of time they wasted on video games, sporting events, going out to eat, watching movies, just all kinds of stuff. So the excuse that they can't spend 10 minutes a day shipping something just doesn't hold any water. If you want to make excuses for why you get more done. Make excuses for why you do ship every day. If it requires maybe you got to get up 20 minutes earlier, then you do that. Let's find a way to make things happen, my friend. You have a great success potential, and the capacity is there waiting for you to take hold of it. But you're going to have to treat your business like a real business. You're going to have to be consistent. Day in and day out, do the things, even the things you don't want to do. And if you want a little hack for that, do those things you don't want to do first in your reselling business. For most people, that's listing. Take your pictures, do your listing first before the stuff you like, especially before sourcing, since most people enjoy the sourcing part. Now, if you have to get to a certain location right when they open, you just might have to get up a little earlier. I'm not telling you to neglect sleep either. I'm just telling you, you're going to have to make some concessions, some sacrifices in your business so you can build up and scale up to the position where you'll have employees and staff doing these things for you. And even in that position doesn't mean you shrink back and do less. It just means you have a lot of different opportunities available to you that you can take advantage of and become the greatest success you can in your reselling business. You have to be consistent. You have to list regularly. You have to get out there and source regularly. You have to provide good customer service regularly. If somebody's asking a question about a size or color, or does this work, or what does the back of some item look like, get to it. Take pictures, send them the measurements, do whatever you got to do to answer that customer and help them out and give them the most information possible. Saying it doesn't matter, saying, oh, well, they're not going to buy anyway, is not the mindset to have if you're going to be successful. You just got to renew your mind to the fact you need to be consistent, and you need to treat your reselling business like a real business, because it is. And it's a real business that can make you millions of dollars. I've sold a tremendous amount of items over the years, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of items. I've done very well, been very blessed. God's really been very gracious and kind to me. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't sit around praying. I didn't sit around begging God. I did pray, but I prayed as I took steps toward doing the things I need to do. I took action each and every day, and I still take action each and every day. And even as you see with my videos, my video schedule, I launched a podcast recently, didn't affect my video schedule in the least. I'm still producing the same content 3 days a week. And now I'm going to add another video to my content released each and every week. I'm just going to keep ramping up and doing more and being more and having more, because that is the God honoring thing to do. And that's what I want to do with my life. I want to honor God with my life. I want to bring him glory. I want to do the things that really reflect a true Christian life, a person who truly walks with God and is led by the Spirit and doesn't live like the world, doesn't stoop to the mediocrity of the world, doesn't stoop to the inconsistency of the world, doesn't stoop to the low levels of living, the barely scraping by, the not caring and apathetic life that many resellers have. And they have no reason to. They know what they're doing. They're good at it. They're just not putting in the consistency, and they're allowing themselves to get pulled down to a lower level. I want you to become the greatest success possible, my friend. You can. You just need to make sure you're consistent each and every day, that you just get out there and do the things you need to do, and you'll become a great success. My friend, I thank you for watching this video. I thank you for watching all the videos that have been released here, and I pray that you get over there, subscribe to the new channel. It'll be a blessing for you. It's called the Reseller Mindset. I will put a link in the description, obviously. And from after this week, the Reseller Friday content will be on there, and new videos will be launched on there as well, and other content that's not even related to the Reseller Friday videos I've been making. I'm going to keep ramping things up. I'm going to be consistent, and it's my prayer that you'll be consistent in your reselling business and become the greatest success possible. I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.